Hello and welcome. My name is Merely Adequate and you're here to learn how to make one of these marquee signs. So let's get going. These signs are actually incredibly easy to make, but there are two important things you need to know about it. It uses a ton of observers, and also it can create quite a bit of lag if you're playing on like a server or someplace that's lag sensitive. So you're going to want to be careful where you place this and what you do. Okay, so let's first show you a mechanic that you need to know to understand how to make this. As you know how an observer works, when anything goes in front of it, let's put this light here, anything goes in front of it, it flashes out the back as an indicator. What you may not know is that no matter what side of the observer we're talking about, if you have another observer looking into it, it will see this observer change its state, and it'll also flash. We can do it from all 4 or 5 directions, it doesn't really matter, and it'll keep moving and going on. And we can have one watch this one and one watch the next one, and it'll just keep moving on and on and on. And that's exactly how this works. Let's go in the back and look. You can see it's just a ton of observers looking at each other to make this thing go. That's the basics. I'm going to show you how to make exactly this one, but you can pretty much do any shape you want. It can be bigger, it can be smaller, it can be more round or more square, or any shape that you want. It's up to you. I'll show you the mechanics of how this works as I'm doing it so that you can make your own. But yeah, let's make this one exactly as it is off to the side. Okay, here's the shape. I like this as a good example because you got lots of things where, you know, there's a cluster together like this, you got some straight lines, you got a single one sticking out. It'll be a good example of some things that you can do. The next thing I'm going to want to do is behind it is to make a whole nother row exactly like this one, but one block behind. So there should be a gap, and then we're going to repeat the pattern with some kind of solid block. This is just temporary. This is just going to help us allow us to place the observers. Like I said, this is just temporary, so it's not perfect, but there is one solid block behind every single one of the redstone lamps. And now at this point, we're going to want to place observers so that they are pointing. You'll see the face is this direction, and then the redstone pulse that comes out the back of it is coming towards the lamp. And we'll do that all the way around so that there is a pulse pointing into every single redstone lamp. There you go. I've got an observer going into every single one of the redstone lamps, and I remove the temporary blocks. The next thing we're going to do is the observers that provide the chase around. I like to pick a straightaway, and you don't want to do the very end one. You want to have one looking to the side like that. Okay? So when we're done, the last thing we'll do is we'll place one here. That will see it, and it'll begin the chase all the way around. So we're going to come looking at that one and looking at that one. Now you see we got a diagonal here, so we can't move diagonally. So we're going to look down there and over. Okay, so it'll go up and then over, and then this will see it. You can instead go out and up, but if you do this, then what you have is you have these observers that are sticking out like this. And so you can't cover them up with the inside blocks as easily. You have to do some kind of outside thing. So that's why I like to keep it all neat and tidy on the inside. So we'll go up and over, okay? And we'll continue just chasing ourselves all the way around. Up, over. I will be honest with you, doing this in survival is way easier. You of course have no problem really doing it in creative. You'll just be placing lots of, scaffolding blocks around, dirt blocks or whatever, and slowly moving around rather than doing it as quickly as I am. Okay, I continued going up and over, just as I showed you before. This one is a special case here because it kind of is one sticking out like this. But the thing you can do is ignore it for a second and just come down, down, down like that. And then all you got to do is have this one look over there. So that as the pulse is moving down, it'll see it and it'll still provide the signal to the side, okay? All right, I've done all the way around, just as I described. I just basically chased my tail all the way around. Every time I do this, I tend to miss one, so if I don't this time, I'll be pretty lucky. But we have one left here, and when we place this one, it'll start chasing around. Okay, we need to be looking up there. So let me get myself down here. We'll look up, and that should be it. Let's see. Did I do it right the first time? Oh, look at that. If you mess up, what'll happen is it'll move and it'll stop somewhere, and it's pretty obvious to know. What I like to do is just pick one and then remove it, and that'll stop it, and then place, and that'll start it again. If you wanted to have this thing temporary, you could probably have a sticky piston pulling that block up and down to turn this thing on and off. There is something special. If you see over here, I have two different lights going around, two different sets of lights. And all you do there is you break and put a block back, some point in the middle of it going around. So we're gonna go boop. And there we go, and that's how you get two. After this, you're just going to want to fill in this area here in the middle, like that, and use stairs and slabs to write whatever message that you want to put into the middle. I'll leave a link below. Actually, I don't know how much of a link it is. Actually, let me put it up on the screen right now. This is a picture of the alphabet and how you can make it in a 2x2 shape or size using just, blocks, slabs, and stairs. So you're kind of restricted to whatever blocks have stairs, but it's an excellent way to make letters without using too much space. And that's it. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, please, of course, let me know. If you liked the video, please, as the sign says above me, like and maybe subscribe. But mainly, we hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it adequate.